call to order the Infrastructure Committee meeting, January 30th, 2024. Thank you all for coming. Mr. Tindall, we would like a pledge of allegiance. Will you lead on that for us?
Everybody stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Ms. Regan?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Merritt?
Here.
Miss O'Brien?
Here.
Mr. Tindall?
Yes, ma'am.
Chairman Morris?
Present. Okay. Items from the audience.
I think we can, is that before minutes?
I don't have minutes on my thing. We can do either way. You want minutes first?
Approval of minutes, did I not?
We are looking for approval of the minutes for
December 7th.
December 2nd,
7th.
December 7th.
I only saw somebody's name wasn't, first letter wasn't capitalized.
Okay, I will make a note of
That's
that.
not enough to really
That's
make
fine.
a big stink over it.
I'd like a motion to approve the minutes with that correction.
I'll second that.
Oh, no, she has to ask for one.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with that
Second.
correction.
Thank you.
All in favor? Ooh, you get to call the roll.
I do. Mr. Merritt?
Here, yes.
Miss O'Brien?
Yes?
Mr. Tindall?
Yes, ma'am.
Chairman Morris?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, items from the audience.
Hello, everyone.
Well,
Just have a question. I looked at the spreadsheet and I see that we've made some payments to Robertson Roberts on the road paving, but I did have a question. Is it done? And I know, okay. That would make sense because,
We still have one more request, and they won't do that till
and what's outstanding? Thornton?
Fort Wayne.
Perfect. Is that the only one?
Yes, we're having them, we've had so many complaints over the very end of boat race, that we've had them look at that. So we had two issues. We had one issue was that we found a hole that arose in the middle of Thornton Lane, and we put a camera down there and found out that we had a separation in the sewer main. So we had to bring a contractor in and get that fixed. That pushed Robertson Roberts out of December. We got that fixed in December. They got that rectified. We've had so many complaints over basically just the 85 feet right past boat race there at 11th Street, of everybody hitting that. So we've had them readdress and look at that. I believe we got the calculations of that cost just to overlay that temporarily for right now. We got those yesterday. So I was supposed to meet with the mayor today and have a discussion about it. So we might have a little change order to try to get that rectified because of so many issues. Because of the Mullenay property, still probably 10 months to a year before that'll get resolved. So we just want to kind of put the complaints to bed over everybody hitting that big bump off boat race. So that's where we're at with them. They want to come in and do Thornton Lane and any other issues we have at one time and leave. But we will have one more pay request from Roberts.
Thank you. Perfect. Thanks.
Anything else from the audience? Oh, okay. So we have the updated infrastructure spreadsheet. Anybody have questions about that?
First, I'd just like to say thank you, Ms. Riga, for putting that together for us.
She made it available.
That would
Oh.
be Mr. Summerlin.
Mr. Summerlin, thank you.
Task
I
that,
appreciate
and
that.
Miss Kennan, and Mr. Summerlin, Miss Jeffries, Mr. Fail,
The whole team.
Miss Ducharme.
We spent
And
some
myself.
hours in the archives doing some digging.
We did. Hours.
I can tell. I mean, this
Mhm.
shows it, so thank you
Yeah.
for that very
Thank you
much.
for
Yeah,
that.
I'd like to second that. That's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely is.
That explains why there's differences between us.
Yes. Everything has been itemized for every invoice that's been spent in infrastructure. You have a copy of the bill.
Any other questions or concerns about the updated spreadsheet? I understand you're going to send this to the city council
Yes, ma'am,
Alright.
I will send this forward to council
Very good.
for their, just for their information, so they have it as well.
That's the only thing on the agenda, unless anybody else has got anything they want
Yes,
to
I
add.
do.
Okay.
On the last agenda that we just approved, the one before today, there were dates on there for future meetings. There were 5th Tuesdays, and this one does not have those dates on.
So we're gonna set dates for future meetings.
And so we had those on there, and we can certainly look for a next meeting. However, until we start moving forward with projects, nothing's gonna change, right, Mr. Summerlin?
So technically, what you have right now is, once after the final pay request comes through, we'll probably be sitting around roughly probably $500,000, well, maybe, $600,000 in infrastructure. Once we can get the SRF project shoveled in the ground and going, we'll probably won't be able to budget any more infrastructure dollars until after October 1st, which will be the next fiscal year. But we don't wanna address any of these roads that are in the infrastructure money, because we could address some of them, but a lot of the roads that are addressed in here will be in the SRF, and there'll be a lot of equipment and a lot of damage to these roads as they replace all the water lines down these roads. So I would say probably, if there's a 5th Tuesday closer to before October, we could have a discussion, have a lengthy discussion of where we might be with the next fiscal year's infrastructure road paving projects. We're also working with SRF to see if we're gonna be able to get that $1 million of the infrastructure money that we have reserved for the SRF released, because if we can get it turned into a loan, and then they'll release our secured asset, then infrastructure will have a lot more money to do with. So we'll have a lot more of those answers once we get closer to October.
So, I think August is, did we have an August date on that
I
agenda?
think so.
And what did you, was it?
May,
What did it, I don't know
no,
if I
that's-
extended it out that far.
I thought it was April and August, and I might be wrong.
August.
I think April, yeah, I
But
think,
after April, it was.
Yeah, so shall we shoot for an August,
yeah.
possibly an August
Mhm.
5th Tuesday? Cause I'm pretty sure August, I know it's a 5-week month. So, okay, we'll look towards August, and if not, if we have to do it at a different time, I'll contact you guys, but we're looking for an August date for our next meeting.
okay.
Madam Chairperson, may I ask a question?
Certainly.
Sorry, when Mr. Summerlin spoke, it triggered something. Pat Fosick, 1344 Stratford, I forgot to do that. The $1 million that we've set aside for the SRF, based upon Anchor coming in and doing the presentation, we found out, of course, that the water main is now gonna cost us around $7 million instead of the 2 or 3 that we had initially thought. We have a $2 million, if I'm not mistaken, state reserve fund grant, so to speak. She went through, the increase in percentage that they're gonna pay now, the increase in percentage as well as the decrease in interest. But bottom line question is, I understand from Mayor Kelly that project is now gonna be 12 to 18 months out. So do they have to hold this million, because we're gonna forego the $2 million and reapply? So can we use this, knowing that we've got more infrastructure money coming in? We also have more money coming in from the ad valorem, what is it, $740,000 estimated for this year. So can we start using that million instead of Tony's team and the contractors having to wait to do anything on infrastructure while we're waiting on that one, which is now another year out, minimum, it sounds like. Does that make sense?
Not yet, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to,
I'm sorry.
what project are you talking about moving forward with?
Well, just anything. If we can get that $1 million released, we could.
We can't get anything released just as of yet. The last council meeting, they voted to ask the SRF to consider, we're dropping the small loan, going for the big one.
Right.
And they approved for that. So now, the first Tuesday in February is when they're gonna meet to find out if we're going to, if they're gonna obligate the $7 million, if they're going to, willing to either give us the 50% forgiveness and us pay the remaining balance, or give us the 52%, whatever, and us pay the remaining balance. So we haven't got past the, are we gonna be able to get this $2 million back yet or not? Because they have to approve the city's finances to find out if we're gonna be able to tote another loan for
Got
20
it.
years. So after February's meeting, then we'll find out if they've said, yes, we'll do this.
Got it.
Then the council's gonna have to agree that, yes, we want that from them.
Yep.
And then after they, kind of the dust settles, then we'll find out if it's gonna be a 20-year loan, or if it's gonna be, we're gonna pay 50-something% and you've gotta pay $3.5 million.
Got it. Okay,
So we really gotta kind of get past February to see where SRF puts us at.
okay. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I would like to adjourn the meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
No.
You know your stuff, don't you?
We're trying, we're working through the process.
What do you-
It's just an awesome job.
Now you're going
I can't
home,
believe I did all
right?
this.
What's that?
These receipts.
We maintain what we can, Public Works tries to, and the staff, like I said, we try to keep, I'll be honest with you, the hardest one for us to retrieve was, the very first one from Manhole. That was our very first one that we did, our very first project, and we actually found the plans and the bid tab and everything to go back that, because we'd actually reached out to them and they're no longer in business anymore.
What year was that?
Oh, gosh.
2016.
Yeah.
What's that?
The town hall meeting was next.
Yes.
That's not.
I understand you don't feel well.
Is
I
that
hope
the
you feel
fifth?
better.
Appreciate it, thank you.
You want a
Need a
cough drop?
COVID test,
Same
about
thing.
30.
No,